way! No way! Guys. What's up, guys? I'm back. Yes. Oh, wait. For you guys, it's probably not that big of a deal. I've been gone, what, 2 weeks since my last upload or something? For me, it's been a lot longer. All those last videos you saw were filmed well over a month ago. I've been back in the UK for a while. And as you can see, I'm back in the beautiful streets of Thailand in the cold, dry season, late January. It is now the 27th, I think. And I'm about to do my first herping of the year. You can see the car behind me. I'm about to hop in this bit and head out west. Usually very tricky to find stuff at this time of year, or maybe I'd say more inconsistent. You can have a good day, but most days are not the best. Diversity, few and far between, honestly, but there's some cool species active at this time of year when it's super dry, which you don't see so much in the other times. So we're gonna run up our luck, see what happens, all right? So I'll catch you on the way over because it's like 4:35, something like that now. So I've got about an hour to get out before cruising time begins. So let's get to it. All right, here we are at the spot. I just spent the best part of like 20 minutes flying my drone around some elephants. Well, actually I spent about maybe a maximum of 30 seconds flying around the elephants. I spent the other 19 minutes and 30 seconds trying to locate them because I saw them out the window of the car when I drove in. I was like, oh my God, it took me ages to put my drone together. And by the time I'd done that, they like vanished off into like the bushes. And it was so hard to spot them from the aerial view in this jungle habitat. This is not the savannah, but yeah, I'm gonna start herping in a minute. As soon as it goes kind of like 6 p.m.-ish, which I don't know what time it is now. It's gotta be at least 5:30, maybe 5:45. But yeah, it's herping time, man. Fucking scary ass elephant, man. Look at it. So much for looking at those ones in the forest. This one's just gonna charge my car. Oh, that's a beautiful view right there. Look at that. Oh my God. What a welcome back to Thailand, huh? Just being stalked down by this absolute beast. Holy crap. I'm afraid we're not going to beat elephants with snakes tonight. There's a whole troop on the road here, so 1 there and 3 there minimum. I'm trying to pay attention to see if there's any more knocking around, but damn, the road is just rife with elephants right now, which can't be great for snakes in my humble opinion. And I may focus cruising the earlier part of the road where these guys are not, but yeah, what a safari we've had today. All we're missing is a big cat at this point because the elephants have been absolutely everywhere. No way! No way! Guys, the #1 target. The first snake. Oh my God, do you know what this is? I am in disbelief. This right here is the Hua Hin kukri snake. Oligodon Hua Hin, a super rare species of kukri named after the place that I spent the last 2 years living, residing in. What I've searched for more than any other snake in the area, and it just showed up prime time. Now, let me tell you a bit about this snake. Let's see if we can get it in hand. I feel like that would be nicer than, much nicer than seeing it on the road. Oh, please don't bite me again. You can see I panicked when I saw it and I was just focusing on picking it up. And I didn't think these guys even bit, but this one certainly does. Anyway, let me get to the story, all right, guys? So these are very, very seasonal. And the time where you get by far the most records is in late December to early January. Like, that is the best time to see them. That's their breeding season. And I haven't been able to search for them. I haven't been in the country at that time for the last 2 years. So I was just, you know, trying my best to get them at any other time of year possible. I've been out here so many times road cruising in these elephant areas, like countless times. You guys will remember 2022 in particular. I did so many trips out here, saw so many snakes, but never this one. And here I have the beautiful orange morph Hua Hin kukri, and look how cute it is. Look at that adorable little face there. Look at that adorable little face. It's so amazing. Completely clear venter, Wow, I can't believe it. I am just so happy that, you know, first attempt coming out here, the first attempt, I get Oligodon Huahin this year. This is incredible. What an omen for 2024. We're starting the year with a lifer back in Thailand after a month or more in the UK. And we got Oligodon Huahin in the flesh, ultra rare target species, dream find. And I've pretty much completed all of Huahin snakes at this point. Man, I cannot believe that just happened. And been cruising around for a bit longer now, hoping to get like another one on the road. Because, you know, when those kind of snakes are active, they're active. But all I saw was about, I'm gonna make a reasonable guess and say 12 elephants, but probably more. So I'm gonna truncate that area and head back, see if anything else is on the road and some other little quiet rural roads I know, which have some forest around. And maybe do a little bit of poking about with my headlamp, but I'm quite jet lagged after my trip back from the UK and I'm feeling super tired already. No more snakes around, but there's a few of these guys hanging about in the trees. Look at this guy. He was giving me the little like tilted head stare a minute ago, but now he seems to be bored, or maybe my lights got too bright for him and he looks like he's heading off. So see you, chump. All right, we're back out again, following day after the legendary Oligodon Huahin capture. And I believe this will be my last night, I think, ever herping in Huahin. Not ever, but probably my last night for quite a long time. And I've got little Anton in the car with me. And he's joining us tonight just to walk around and drive around and see if we can find some snakes. We're pulling up to the usual walking spot in Huahin in a second, just on the edge of town. Let's see what we can find. The plan was to walk around, but I decided to just do one little pass of the road, and we got a snake, and it's actually exactly what I was hoping to see tonight. It's an itty bitty baby ghost morph Malayan pit viper. When I say ghost morph, I mean it's like incredibly pale. It doesn't even look it so much because it's against a like even paler road, but it's so pale with such a faded pattern, even at this age. You know, generally you don't associate juvenile snakes with having faded coloration, but this one is, yeah, incredibly faded. And look at the red. I swear it's got like a red stripe, postocular stripe, like each edges of it. That's so cool, this little morph here. And it's so tiny, and look at it. I guess you guys don't really see so well, but it's so blending in on the road, especially with the car headlights. So I was like not quite sure what I was looking at. I thought it was a twig, and then it started moving, and here we go. What a start, man. What a start to the year. Let me put my hook next to it so you guys can see how tiny it is. I'll put my hand here behind. Just an itty bitty chubby little baby MPV. What a cool find tonight. Let's go. You know, coming out to these areas around Huahin, just the little areas outside of town, there's not too much cool stuff you can find, but in my opinion, this is like, yeah, this and like Burmese python are like the two coolest things that you can semi-regularly find around town. And especially like this really, really impressive pale colored MPV. What a great start to the night. Like no matter what happens, whether we see 0 more snakes, I'm very happy with this. So let's go. There's this beautiful yellow bird here. And yeah, okay, it's a beautiful yellow bird. But one thing I think is so interesting about this is this bird has been sleeping in this same tree since the very first week that I moved to Thailand, to Huahin. For more than 2 years now, this bird has been chilling here, sleeping in this tree. And it's bright, bright yellow, like the most yellow bird ever. Pretty funny. Long live, bro, long live. And you know what? After all this time of walking and seeing nothing, I'm in the same tree as the bird. Take a look over here. There's our first snake. Wait, where am I filming? There. First snake of the walk, not of the night. And it's a big green vine snake. Let's get it down. All right, so this is kind of weird. So if you don't know where we are, we're walking about the sort of tropical savanna habitat around Huahin, where Attribution fusca, the long-nosed vine snake, absolutely dominates. And in the place where I've seen probably more than 200, more than 300 individuals of long-nosed vine snake, I just got my first Attribution priscina, which is so weird. Like I thought when I saw the head, I was like, this is not right. And then I looked at the tail, and you can't see from this angle. Maybe you can a bit better here, but it's got like a red tail tip. And I was like, what? It's Prass. Now, over in that direction, about like a couple kilometers away, is some hills which do have prass on them, like in the sort of bamboo forest there. But out here in this like grassland you see we're looking at right now, this tropical savanna, very strange to see a pratt here. That is a very odd find. And yeah, nothing too much more to say about this. You know, this is a species that features in my videos all the time. In southern Thailand, actually many parts of Thailand where there's sort of green forest, this is one of the most common species. We see these all the time, but here, this is actually a real oddity, and the first time in 2 years I've seen one in my old compound where I used to live. Yeah, just along the road here, plankton's just looking strange there on the road. And yeah, what an interesting encounter. Let's see if we can grab another snake before the night ends, but we've been walking for like over an hour now. This is the first snake, so I'm not super optimistic, but cool. Man, it is slow at this time of year. Like, there's like not even a vine snake around. That is a great night too, no moon at all, blasting this open vegetation where realistically seeing snakes is easy. That's why we've had so many banger nights here. If you guys remember back in the good old videos of 2022, when I was sort of herping and filming around Hua Hin a lot, we were having like 20 plus snake nights many times. But here now, especially after so much of the land here has been cleared and so much of it burnt in the brutal dry season last year, it just seems to be like never quite recovered to its OG levels in the legendary 2022 year where we had no dry season at all. It was just rain and good weather all year. But we're going to persevere, head around the compound, a bit around the roads, see if anything shows up, and yeah, let's get to it. All right, that's going to be it for tonight's herping. No more snakes after the vine. It's getting on to 10 p.m. now. We started around what, like 8 p.m. I think we started, something like that. But yeah, it's gonna be it, and I don't think that's enough to make a video with, so I'm gonna try and put something together because I'm going on the Yala tour very soon. So maybe after that I can add something to this, which means this video will be way out of sync, but yeah, we'll see what we can do. All right, so it's a couple days after I filmed that last segment, and right now we're driving down to Hat Yai to start our Yala expedition. Now, I'm not going to be putting any of that into this video, but what we are going to do is stop by just at this little limestone karst area that's kind of en route and poke around, see if we can pick up any snakes. We're hoping for some kukris or maybe some local vipers. You know, there's a cool viper here, which I've only shown the channel once ever, I think, like last March we came here. So it's been a while, and yeah, we're going to spend like 30-45 minutes, just a quick break from driving, hunting around up in the cave limestone karst area. Well, let's see what shows up. First find is this little Nemaspis species gecko. Don't know how well I'm going to be able to show you before it sprints, but Nemaspis chanardi complex. I'll have to check if there's like an endemic one that's been described, but for now I'll probably just go ahead and plonk this one in Nemaspis chanardi, Chanard's day gecko. I'm checking in these cracks for vipers. See if anything's around, huh? Well, would you look at that? We actually got a snake. And this is one that we maybe would have been most likely to see in the daytime because we've got pretty good at finding these vipers, but it actually wasn't me or David that found this. It was this little rodent. What do you think? Good. Anton is just joining us down on the road trip down to Yala since he also came from Hua Hin. And I left him while I was climbing up on the karst, and he was just like standing there looking around, and his eyes fell upon this beautiful Trimeresurus CF venustus. It's quite well known that the ones here are a different genetic clade, although not officially described yet. We're still waiting on that, but I'll describe the differences real quick. So if you look at it, it may not be obvious to first glance, right? But actually, if you compare the two, Trimeresurus venustus from normal like crabby, Siratani, Nakhon Tamara area, and this one, it's actually pretty distinct. So this one, the bands on the side run all the way to the ventrolaterals, like whereas venustus usually has more like spotting on the sides. And if you look at the head, yeah, you can see those kind of white bars that kind of radiate from the eye, the suboculars. They're pretty distinctive, and all around it's a nice snake, only restricted to, I think, just Chumpon province alone, and nowhere near as common as venustus either. I consider us very fortunate to even find one during the day, since a lot of searching at night can sometimes only turn up 1 or 2 individuals. But yeah, this is a beautiful addition. I wish I could have filmed it in situ. It was in such an amazing place, but unfortunately it started disappearing into a rock crevice and we had to grab it. But yeah, beautiful find here, and a fantastic thing to see on what's usually a very long and boring drive to the south. We just made a quick stop and found this amazing snake. Awesome. Well, there we are, 30 minutes later, and we're right back at square one, where I started. You can see Anton in the background washing his boots, ready to get back in the car, and David's like behind that wall somewhere taking some final pictures of the snake before we put him, it was a male, back in its habitat. But damn, what a fantastic, fortuitous event. I didn't have anything to finish the last Hua Hin clips with, my final day's herping in Hua Hin, by the way, and today we made this impromptu stop, and I managed to film some stuff to throw in, so I think this should have been enough to make a acceptably long video. And now it's time to head down south, where we're going to meet our guests, well, except Anton, and begin the Deep South, Yala Expedition 2024. Could not be more hyped for this. I think it's going to be insane. Let's get right to it. I'll see you guys soon.